What's going on, guys? The Ironcane here, back with another Mold Breaker Season 3 video. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing whether or not you should summon for Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Super Saiyan Bardock, and Super Saiyan Goten. Now, at the start of the season, I don't really think it's any harm in summoning for these characters. They gave us a bunch of tickets in our mailbox. If you guys have not checked your mailbox, I definitely would recommend you doing so, because we got 3 tickets there, 5 tickets here. And we got another 3 and 10 tickets as well. So we got a lot of free rewards. So if you're itching to summon, you might as well do it. So in terms of how these banners work, if you guys don't know, multis is definitely the way you want to go about it. Because if you do a multi, you are guaranteed one of the 3 new units. So you're guaranteed either Gohan, Goten, or Bardock if you do a multi. Now that doesn't mean that you're going to get something new every time. You're just guaranteed something from this pool every multi. So in terms of their abilities, Riot Javelin on Super Saiyan Bardock is a very solid super attack. Father Son Kamehameha unfortunately isn't the greatest, but actually let's look at their super attacks really quick. If you guys have not checked out my showcases, that's a good way to gauge whether or not the units are for you. Obviously all these units are fairly cool, so I think my recommendation to you guys is if you pull them, probably just save, because besides Goten's passive, there isn't really any skill from any of these characters that I think is really worth chasing. So this is Goten's passive right here. It's Exploration Enthusiast. So you might be wondering, Iron, I thought we already had Exploration Enthusiast in the game. Breakers devs got a little lazy. They basically just made 2 versions of Exploration Enthusiast. We have one with Super Saiyan Gohan, and then we have one with Super Saiyan Goten. So with Goten, it reduces your active skill cooldown every time you open up an item box. If you guys have not seen the showcase on this, basically, the longer the cooldown is, the greater the cooldown time reduction is. So this passive is really good. I think it's going to age very well, and I can already feel pretty confident in saying this will be one of the best passive skills released in this season so far. So in terms of super attacks, let's go ahead and look. So for Gohan, he has the Father Son Kamehameha, and he has the Motionless Kamehameha. If you pull Gohan and you have a bunch of spirit to spare and you're trying to save your currency, I feel like you should just purchase Motionless Kamehameha. It is a fantastic super attack. Its startup is basically non-existent. It is instantaneous, this move. It deals solid damage. Its cost is fairly low. And Gohan as a Transphere is pretty solid as well. He has, you know, the basic Kamehamehas at level 3, and then I think he has like a sniper shot at level 1, and I forget about level 2, but Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is pretty solid, and Motionless Kamehameha is the best super attack that we've gotten so far. Father Son Kamehameha is not bad, it's just that it has a really long startup. The range is definitely farther than Motionless, but I think that startup is really what holds it back. But it is 100 cost. It is one of the most iconic moments in all of Dragon Ball, so I don't blame you for trying to chase this super attack. But keep in mind, you don't have to pull it. You can purchase it with Spirit. I believe it'd probably be around 25,000, something like that. But with it being a 5-star, it might be even 30, where Motionless Kamehameha will be cheaper because it is a 4-star, and low-key, it's better. Keep in mind, boys, the stars don't really mean whether or not the ability is better necessarily. It's just the rarity of the super attack or skill. So moving right along, we have Riot Javelin with Super Saiyan Bardock. Now, this super attack is pretty solid. The startup isn't incredibly long, but to me, it kind of just seems like an inferior version of Big Bang Attack. The moves are practically the same. A Big Bang Attack just comes out farther, or it comes out faster. The cooldown, or not the cooldown, the startup is a lot slower. The cost is literally the same, and it has the same AoE at the end of it as well. Now, Bardock's AoE at the end of Riot Javelin might be a little bit bigger, like slightly bigger, but to me, it looks practically the same. And obviously, it's very cool. If you want to use Bardock, this is solid. But to be honest with you, I think Rebellion Spear is a better super attack. To be completely honest with you, it's more spammable. I think it's more reliant in landing. And Riot Javelin, you're not typically going to land this unless the Raider is on the Super Time Machine and you're above them. Or if they're executing Survivor and you're above them, you can like hit them from afar. You get the little AoE off of it. But typically, you're not going to be able to land this raw. You're going to have to use a stun to toss this and get this to land. Now, moving right along, we have Super Saiyan Goten, who actually is inferior, in my opinion, as a Super Saiyan form. just because at base he has the ball-based Ki Blast at level 3, which is really good in countering Raiders Ki Blast. They can counter level 3 Frieza, level 4 and level 2 Cell, level 3 Vegeta, etc. So any Raider that has a ball-based Ki Blast, Goten can counter at base at level 3, where he is Super Saiyan at level 3. Actually, oh, Thomas, thank you for subbing to the YouTube channel. It's my YouTube channel sub alert. With Goten at Super Saiyan at level 3, he has Kamehamehas. So those are good at sniping. They deal decent damage, but they're not good at countering Ki Blast like base Goten is. So he pretty much has everything that he had as base, which is really good. For some reason, the other Super Saiyan forms don't carry over a lot of moves, especially Goku is, he has this situation where, like, he has Kamehameha, Super Kamehameha, Warp Kamehameha, but doesn't have any of the Spirit Bomb variants or Kaioken, which I guess makes sense, but it does suck a little bit. And I think Vegeta, yeah, Vegeta doesn't have, well, I guess Full Power Energy Wave makes sense there. But yeah, Goten, he takes everything, and he also picks up Super Kamehameha, which is pretty solid as well. He also has Charge. But let's talk about some of the active skills as well. So when I say some of the active skills, I'm actually completely wrong because there's only one. There's only one. And the only active skill there is with Super Saiyan Bardock, and that's Instant Descent. Now, Instant Descent is a fairly decent active skill. It only has a 30-second cooldown timer, which is not that bad, and you can upgrade this bad boy and chip off some seconds. If you get to max, I imagine you get this to, like, I don't know, 28, maybe 26. The bare minimum, 25 seconds. I don't know unless I keep upgrading it, but I don't want to waste my spirit just yet. But it's really good in dodging the Raider. So if you like to fight the Raider up in the air, if you see yourself losing the battle, or if you're trying to dodge a super attack, you can use Instant Descent and stay clear of the Raider and basically get out of sight. I think the best way to use Instant Descent is to fly above, like use an ability like Rocket, get some distance from the Raider, and then use Instant Descent to make sure they lose their vision on you. At that point, they either have to commit to the chase or they just give up and lose you. But beyond that, we have the remaining two passive skills with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Super Saiyan Bardock. So Gohan's is an interesting one. It's all you're all going to pay, and basically the way it works is when survivors die on your team, these souls appear on their bodies, and this will supercharge your Dragon Change, making your limit gauge increase and making your damage increase as well, meaning that you'll be able to be transformed for longer and deal more damage while you're transformed. So this is really good for level 4s, obviously. Actually, let me upgrade a little bit here. And it's really good for base Dragon Changes as well. Now, for Bardock's, this isn't the same case. So for Power to Change the Future, this just increases your limit gauge during an Ultimate Dragon Change. That's it. So if you do not get the level 4 transformation here, you aren't going to be able to take advantage of this passive skill. It'll basically be a dead passive. So honestly, it's not that great. If you were to chase one of these skills, I don't think you should really chase either of them. I would say you're all going to pay is a little bit better, just because if you get a lot of souls, you'll literally get more limit gauge charge than you would from Power to Change the Future. I got 4 souls in practice mode, and I got, like, I don't know, 670 something. And then this maxed out Power to Change the Future just increases the level 4 from 500 to 610. So keep that in mind. But in terms of the passive skills, I think the best one, without a doubt, is Goten's version of Exploration Enthusiast. It's only 3 stars, so I feel like a lot of you might just pull this by accident, and if you do, that's a huge W. But in terms of what else is on this banner, if you skip Beerus and Whis, and you actually listen to my advice, shoutouts to you, Beerus and Whis are literally on this banner. So when you guys skip banners, there's literally no reason, like, to not skip them, really, because every time new transfers come out, for some reason this game doesn't work like other gachas. They appear right on the next banner. You don't have to wait 3 months, you don't have to wait 4 months, you don't have to wait half a year. Beerus and Whis, here they are. They're literally on the latest banner that came out into the game. So if you didn't pull them, you probably will by accident here. But yeah, it's a pretty big pool. I got Instant Transmission on this banner. I got Sprint on this banner. And I got the Saiyan Pod as well. So a lot of skills on here. And in terms of the rates, let's look at Gohan. Super Saiyan 2. Oh, Gohan also has Head Start Drink. not that great of a passive skill. I mean, it's okay. It's probably one of the best head start skills besides Yajirobe, where you start with a Senzu Bean, but you can just buy a Soda like World Champ starter, which is more valuable anyway, in my opinion. But Motionless Kamehameha is 0.4, which isn't the greatest rate, and Father-Son Kamehameha is 0.2. But if you do a multi, the rates do go up, obviously, so I would not recommend doing singles because the likelihood of you pulling something new is very, very low. But that being said, boys, whether or not you should summon or skip on this banner, I feel like summon for the characters. If you pull the characters, definitely get Motionless Kamehameha if you have the spirit to spare, because that super attack, I think, is going to be one of the best that releases this season. And in terms of the passive skills, Young Talent really isn't that great. That's why I didn't really talk about it. All it does is make it so when you're dodging while you're transformed, you don't get knocked back, but you take more damage. That's it. So, in terms of passive skills, I really think the best one here is Goten's Exploration Enthusiast. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan's is decent. Super Saiyan Bardock is okay, and Young Talent is honestly not that great, and for it being a 5-star, it's pretty funny that it's not that great. But yeah, boys, I feel like, again, get the characters to the best of your ability, and if you do, purchase Motionless Kamehameha if you got a lot of spirit to spare, and then just save for the next banner, boys, because we're getting Golden Frieza, we're getting Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, we're getting Kid Buu, we're getting Captain Ginyu, we're getting Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta, so we're getting a lot of transfers down the line, so keep that in mind, but I understand these characters are pretty hype. But that being said, boys, if you like the video, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below how your summons went, if you're going to summon, if you're going to skip, and what abilities that you're hoping to get. And subscribe to the channel for more discussions like these, showcases, funny moments, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, boys.